Moving on to two guys I think that have been the glue of the Boston Celtics this year and really held things together for us. Malcolm Brogdon and Derrick White. I can't talk enough about these guys. Derrick White came in last season and was a nice addition, and people were like, okay, he's solid. And people were questioning his shot in the playoffs, of course. Malcolm Brogdon, who we signed in the offseason, who we made a trade for in the offseason, sending Daniel Tice, Aaron Neesmith, and a bunch of other players and picks to Indiana for Malcolm Brogdon, really solidified our backcourt in the bench unit. And with that addition, these guys have been awesome this season. Really turning it up in January. Malcolm Brogdon had 17.3 points per game, 4.9 rebounds, 3.5 assists. In February, he's 15.6 per game, 3.8 rebounds and assists. He has really been consistent in terms of his playmaking, his ability to feel the pace of the game. He gives us a different element of solidarity there. Question mark that was there with Peyton Pritchard, even though I think Peyton Pritchard's a nice player. Malcolm Brogdon is just a better level player right now on both sides of the ball right now. And that's not to say Peyton Pritchard isn't a good player. He's not going to be a great player or whatever the case may be. But Malcolm Brogdon right now is the thing that the Celtics desperately need, a backup guard that can be versatile, play with smart, play without smart, being able to lead the second unit. He's able to get his own shot. He's able to distribute the basketball and contribute on that end. And that has paid dividends for the Boston Celtics in many ways. And he has been probably one of the most consistent players. I know his shot wasn't falling at a point in time, but he is the guy that controls everything in the secondary unit for the Boston Celtics, and he's able to play with the starters, and that gives us a different element there with Smart and Brogdon. I think that's a very good lineup with Brown and Tatum. If we play Williams or Horford in that position, I think we're in a really good spot. But he gives us that versatility, and probably the unsung hero of the Boston Celtics this year, Derrick White. In January, he only had 11 points, 3 rebounds, and 4.1 assists, but in the month of February, 20 points, 20.7 points, 4.4 rebounds, and 5.8 assists in Marcus Smart's absence and Jaylen Brown's injury absence there. He has really stepped up and really since preseason has had his shot falling and has been able to knock down shots and has been able to be consistent for the Boston Celtics on a nightly basis. We saw it in the Indiana game when he really came in and stepped up. And that's been the flexibility that the Celtics have, these guys that they can put in with the starters and play with them. They can play in with the bench unit and be able to create on their own. These guys have been awesome for the Boston Celtics on a nightly basis, able to play both sides of the ball and just make plays. Derrick White's able to get a bunch of blocks. Malcolm Brogdon's able to play the passing lane to these guys, finish at the basket, have gotten better from shooting the three. And these guys just give the Boston Celtics a different element that I think people have slept on and has really given us a boost that we didn't have last year, and especially with bench production, where, at times it fell off. But if we have Malcolm Brogdon and Derrick White on a nightly basis, playing consistently, playing well, they can give us a chance, especially in the playoffs there, to get to the finals again. I think these guys, those two additions of those guys last year and this year, are going to be the difference here for the Boston Celtics. Yes, we have our starting five, which we know is really good. But you add these guys in the mix and have the versatility to plug and play and figure out different lineups. You can go really, really small. You can play big in the backcourt with Brogdon and Smart and really have a big lineup. You can play a small ball five with Al Horford or Grant Williams. It gives you the versatility. The Celtics have spacing there that they can exploit there for different teams. And I think a lot of other teams don't have that. I think Milwaukee has a bunch of size on their team with Lopez and Portis and Giannis, of course, adding Jay Crowder as well, and Drew Holiday. They have a versatile lineup, but our offensive on that side of the ball where we can have offensive scoring on our end and play defense, I think we have that a little bit more for each team in the East right now. And it's because of these two guys. It's these two guys adding and contributing, playing really well, playing awesome. And I'm just loving the way they're playing right now and the production that they're getting the Boston Celtics.